In more news from Copenhagen, a senior Chinese official spoke Monday with China News. Here's what he had to say about the country's efforts to fight global warming.
Xie Zhenhua is Vice Minister of China's National Development and Reform Commission. He spoke on the sidelines of the UN Climate Change Conference, which kicked off Monday in the Danish capital. He says China has consistently pushed forward international negotiations on climate change and made contributions to energy saving and emission reduction. He emphasizes that China is a responsible country that takes a serious attitude about fighting climate change.
In the past 15 years, we have put forward a great many policies and taken a series of measures and has seen effective results. From 1990 to 2005, energy consumption per unit of gross domestic product has dropped by 47%. It will further drop 20% from 2005 to 2010. So we can say that China has made a lot of efforts in this respect. These efforts are voluntary actions taken by our country, with no financial or technical support from developed countries.
China's State Council announced in late November that China will reduce carbon dioxide emissions per unit of GDP in 2020 by 40 to 45%. That's compared with 2005 levels. Xie stresses that it is developed countries that should shoulder responsibility for causing climate change, especially since developing countries have been hardest hit.
According to the requirements of the Kyoto Protocol and Bali Roadmap, developed countries should provide additional and sufficient financial and technical support for developing countries. This is to help developing countries in terms of mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions and adaptation to climate change impact. This was required explicitly by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Now, developing countries are asking exactly how much money, what technology or what mechanism developed countries are willing to provide to make this happen.
Some developed countries have committed to reducing emissions under the Kyoto Protocol adopted in 1997. However, pressure has mounted for all developed countries to take on more ambitious targets instead of shifting the responsibility to developing countries.